but in this case we can harmonize it. With those voicings that we have from stacked fourths, right? Hey dear patrons, today I want to sort of start a new series which is called Practice Advice, right? How to practice, and this is Practice Advice Sharp 1 because I think when it comes to practicing, there's so many details and stuff that I see repeatedly happening to many students that it is really an art to practicing, and there's stuff that is maybe not so beneficial and stuff that's more beneficial. But today I want just to talk about how we can handle the overwhelm, because there are lots of master classes from many guitar players. I think we all have been buying master classes. I've been buying a lot of Kurt Rosenwinkel's master classes, and I just stumbled across this video that he made, like a teaser for his masterclass to buy, where he's talking about this scale exercise that is called diatonic fourth. And I wanted to make a more general video about this exercise because it's really cool, but then I realized that I had enough material in like 3 seconds of his videos. So basically what very often happens in jazz, or at least what happens to me, or when I'm writing an etude or thinking about an exercise, is that we have sort of a starting thing, a little idea, and that explodes into a million possibilities. And that's what also very often is happening in those master classes, especially Kurt Rosenwinkel's master classes. He's just like exploring stuff. And I think the trick for us is to just take a very small snippet of that, maybe the initial idea, and explore that idea for ourselves. Sort of not just, like buy the pizza that's already made for us, but just like check out for a moment how that pizza has been made, and then tweak it for ourselves. So I'm going to explain the exercise a little bit, and then I'm going to explain how we can use it to do our own thing and how we can practice it without the overwhelm. So the exercise is in G major scale. Yeah, I sometimes really like to play the acoustic guitar because it's a very good workout for the left hand. I need to have a little bit more of strength, so sometimes I'm switching between different guitars. And then he's just playing the scale in the interval of a 4. I think we all know that we can play fourth in a scale. So it's, we start on the first note, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 4. Then you start on the second note, third note. So that would be playing it in fours, which already is hard on the guitar because we have a lot of notes that are on the same fret and adjacent strings. But that's not enough. He's not playing 1/4 or interval, but he's stacking 2 upon each other. So what you do, you start with the first note, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you count 4 more notes from that note. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you're playing first note of the scale, upper fourth, upper fourth. Right, it's like a mini quartal voicing. Then second note of the scale, upper 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Upper 4, ending up with this. Right? And it's really sort of shitty to play on the guitar, because it's one of the problems is really, what do you do when you have 2 notes, right, that are next to each other on the same string? You can either use 2 fingers or you can, skip one. Both is valid. People do different stuff. Just choose what you want for yourself. You can also switch between the two like I do. So I hope that's clear how that works. But what he does, he's not playing it in the scale up and down. He's playing it along the fretboard. And he's playing it starting on the lower 3 strings. So I can say G, C, F sharp, next note in the scale, thinking about the fourth in the scale, stacking fourth intervals upon each other diatonically. So sometimes it's a tritone, right? Here it's all fourths, fourths. Here's a tritone. There are 2 places where we have the tritone, fourth, tritone, and here. You can see what I'm playing on the PDF. I'm going to play it really slowly, starting on the open strings. And like this, we have a sequence. A sequence is like a pattern that we play in a scale. And there are endless scale patterns. And it's really a very good idea to practice scale patterns instead of playing your scale up and down. So that's what he's doing. He's playing like the, you know, if you want to try it, chordal harmony, 4 stacked upon each other, like this. And of course, it's very logical. He continues to do that on the next 3 strings and next 3 strings, next 3 strings, just to check all possibilities. But here already, I'm thinking, okay, I'm only going to start with the lower 3 strings. And I'm also going to find, as I always do, like a 2-bar pattern or a 4-bar pattern. So if I play it in triplets, after 2 bars, the thing repeats. It's like 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 again, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So at this point, I'm in his video maybe, I have been seeing maybe like 1 minute of his video, and then he's still expanding of that idea, because that's not the exercise that he's talking about. It's going to be more complex than that. But for me, I'm deciding already, since I never practiced the scale like this in 4 stacked upon 4s, I'm just going to stick with this, stop the video, and develop my own thing. So first of all, I will just like play it a little bit with a metronome, maybe let's say on 60 or something. And I just like want to play it a little bit just to get the feel of it, also how it sounds. Trying to play legato, it's very hard. Have a nice sound. Right, and I continue like this, and so I focus on playing, getting my guitar out and my hands warm. And then I already realized, which is really interesting, that the shapes, if we shift it like this, there are only 3 shapes, 3 possible shapes. So you can also just remember the shapes. The possible shapes is like on this fret, all fingers in 1 fret, the upper finger 1 fret higher, or the middle finger and the ring finger. That's all we have. Same frets. So if you're picking it like this, there's only the option of those 3 possible fingerings if you want to. And so my first thought was, I'm going to play it like chords. So I'm skipping the open strings for a moment. I'm just playing not each note after each other, but just like, man, that's dark, huh? right? And then I'm just fooling around with this idea and try to find something here. Maybe like this. So basically I'm just focusing on my left hand, but I can also focus on my right hand and just practice my cross picking, right? Because, right, it's triplets, so I would start one triplet with a down stroke and the next one with an upstroke. So I practice starting at 84. And just play that for a while. So I'm really taking that apart. One snippet of the exercise. Maybe a little faster. Find the speed that's a challenge. Start slow, but then challenge yourself. Now I'm working on my right hand. So maybe a little faster. So it's getting sloppy. Right, and like this, I'm just going to already practice many different things in one way. I'm already practicing my right hand. I'm practicing orientation on the fretboard. And now I can maybe go back to the exercise and play both right and left hand together at a higher speed. One more time. And while I'm playing, I'm always visualizing the next shape, right? When I'm here, I'm thinking about the next shape, thinking about the next shape. So I'm giving my brain and my fingers, my hands, the chance to already know what's coming next, and that can make you much faster. So let's play it a little faster. Yeah, so like this, and then I'm still practicing like 10 seconds of Kurt Rosenwinkel's solo because he's going somewhere else with it. But I'm having fun because I reduced it to such a minimal amount, and I'm also having fun because I'm telling myself, hey, I want to do something which is more like my thing. I want to do my thing. And one thing that I thought is we can, of course, think about the highest note of each chord like a melody. And there are many ways to harmonize a melody. This is a melody in a G major scale, but in this case we can harmonize it. With those voicings that we have from stacked fourths, right? And then I thought, oh, it would be a nice idea just to find a little melody. Sorry. And maybe just pick the melody and then play the chord. Pick, so, and play. Pick, right. Maybe like this. Right, and like this I can find a lot of exercises. And I think the point that I'm trying to make here is like, take just a little snippet of something and then play. Always the emphasis on get your guitar and play, and then you will be astonished what you come up. And when you restrict yourself, like with a small idea, write it on a piece of paper, just get your guitar, fool around with the idea, and then look what you find and maybe write it down. You will have so much fun, and it also will become a part of your playing much quicker. See you around and keep on practicing. Bye.